Amy Winehouse was a singer whose heart-stopping raw talent far outshone the scandalous headlines about her personal troubles.
And I think a rock star is a human sacrifice of this society.
Well, it's kind of creating an impossible situation.
I guess from being around the block, I guess people know that I don't really do what I'm told to do, or that I don't really care enough about what people think of me to conform to anything.
And the Grammy goes to Amy Winehouse.
One tragic day last year when her voice was silenced forever. Her father sat down with ABC's
Create something that's fantasy, but that's totally lifelike.
Recently, there have been numerous claims and rumors circulating about individuals who have allegedly faced unfortunate circumstances at the hands of Hollywood elites. These speculations continue to emerge, with some suggesting that Amy Winehouse may have also been a victim of such circumstances.
I guess from being around the block, I guess people know that I don't really do what I'm told to do, or that I don't really care enough about what people think of me to conform to anything.
Amy Winehouse, known for her fearless outspokenness and willingness to speak her mind, was reported to have tragically passed away due to suicide. However, there are those who firmly believe that the true story may be different from what has been officially reported.
The gifted singer Amy Winehouse found dead in her London home. She was just 27.
In a contrasting account to the official narrative, some insiders have claimed that the true cause of Winehouse's death remains shrouded in mystery to this day. This revelation has piqued the curiosity and concern of her devoted fans and supporters, leading to widespread speculation that she, too, might have met a fate similar to that of other celebrities who have been the subject of unsettling allegations.
So many people blogging and tweeting throughout the day today about an almost eerie coincidence. So many young music stars lost, and so many lost when they too were 27.
Amy Winehouse was a lifelong rebel, fiercely determined to chart her own course. In the acclaimed documentary, Amy, her mother Janice acknowledged her stubborn and resolute spirit from a tender age. Amid her parents' separation, Amy asserted her independence, embracing tattoos, marijuana, and truancy. Her sole vision was that of a musician, and she channeled her soul into composing profoundly introspective lyrics, serenading London, her beloved hometown. With her extraordinary talent, a jazz aficionado endowed with the voice of a soulful diva, she swiftly garnered the attention of Island Records, marking the initiation of her remarkable musical journey.
Soul is guts, it's heart, I guess. That sounds so cheesy, but it's true. You know, it's something that controls you.
Released in 2003 when she was just 20 years old, Amy Winehouse's debut album, Frank, was an immediate sensation, soaring to number 3 on the British Billboard chart and catapulting her to both critical acclaim and financial independence.
To sing soul, I think you have to have grit. You have to be able to see through people's shit sometimes. You have to be able to see through the world. You have to be able to be withdrawn sometimes.
While the album hinted at her penchant for alcohol and other vices, exemplified by the hidden final track, Mr. Magic, addressing substance, it was the aftermath of this success that marked the beginning of Winehouse's tumultuous struggle with. This battle would eventually become the wellspring of her greatest artistic creations, before tragically claiming the extraordinary talent that had made her music so transcendent. Her mother once said she did get off drugs for a couple of years and the alcohol sadly kicked in. She did that pretty much herself. She thought she could do the same with alcohol. Towards the end, the gaps, the periods of sobriety, were getting longer. We thought she was going to pull through. We thought she was going to beat it. Suddenly endowed with a substantial 6-figure advance, soon to be followed by even more substantial paychecks, reportedly Amy Winehouse acquired her inaugural apartment in London's vibrant Camden neighborhood. Many people believe that this area had long been a haven for punk musicians, drug peddlers, and those fervently partaking in both subcultures, and that it made it easy to seduce the singer.
Of all inner-city ghettos, Camden, New the flagship ghetto.
With ample time to devote to her music, she enthusiastically immersed herself in the local scene, frequenting its pubs, where she developed a preference for the Rick Stassi, a unique libation offered at the Holly Arms. It was during this period that she crossed paths with Blake Fielder Civil, a captivating addict who would become the focal point of Winehouse's world and ultimately her most perilous addiction. Amy changed overnight after she met Blake. Her first manager, Nick Godwin, told The Times in 2007, "She just sounded completely different. Her personality became more distant, and it seemed to me like that was down to the drugs. When I met her, she smoked weed, but she thought the people who took Class A drugs were stupid. She used to laugh at them." Pain served as Amy Winehouse's enduring muse, and her tumultuous bond with Blake Fielder Civil ignited a wellspring of inspiration. Fielder Civil introduced her to the perilous world of heroin and other potent substances, solidifying their connection through tattoos, her name etched over his right breast and his name inked behind his right ear. Their relationship was marked by a roller coaster of on and off dynamics, marred by his infidelities and recurring spells of incarceration, which often kept them apart.
In between all this, she decided that she wanted me to leave 19 with Simon Fuller to go and manage her.
If you're a musician and you have things you want to get out, you write music, she told an interviewer in 2006. You don't want to be settled because when you're settled, you might as well call it a day. To put a finer point on the idea that she sought out chaos, whether through impulse or conscious focus, she also told an interviewer that year that "It sounds such a wank thing to say, but I need to get some headaches going to write about." People suggest that the grief and turmoil that engulfed Winehouse's life served as a potent source of creativity, with her tumultuous relationship with Fielder Civil providing ample inspiration for the lyrics in her album Back to Black. Her heartbreak, frustrations, and destructive addictions were passionately expressed over the nostalgic backdrop of 60s girl group sounds. Among these tracks, Rehab became the most renowned, ultimately taking on a somewhat prophetic significance.
They tried to make me go to rehab. I said no, no, no.
During the autumn of 2005, Nick Godwin, both Amy Winehouse's manager and close friend, had reached a breaking point witnessing her precarious journey through Camden, where she inched closer and closer to the precipice of wasting her immense talent and, tragically, her life.
After he came back from America, married, that was the first time Amy tried crack cocaine and heroin.
Her manager made a heartfelt attempt to persuade her to seek rehabilitation, but she vehemently assured her father that detox was unnecessary, causing the effort to be abruptly short-lived. Ironically, the song that emerged from this episode would become Winehouse's most iconic composition, an anthem that encapsulated her way of life and, ultimately, her tragic downfall.
When you know how brilliant she was, when you know how much depth there was behind her, yeah, of course, when you see people summing her up as, she was very depressed, she was very lost.
Amy Winehouse did eventually yield to the call of rehab, albeit on multiple occasions. However, the stretches of time between her fleeting stints at sober living grew progressively darker and more disheartening, marked by a disconcerting blend of personal turmoil laid bare for public consumption.
She was high and drunk and all the things that came with her problems. And I found it very frustrating that
when Back to Black was released in the United States in March 2007, Winehouse was firmly ensnared by the clutches of alcohol. She had also been in a 9-month relationship with a chef named Alex Clare, which offered a semblance of stability, but fate led her to reunite with Blake Fielder Civil, just ahead of the album's American debut. During an interview, Blake said, "Almost everything," he began, "before me and Amy did that together, taking heroin. I had tried it a few times, so I recognize in myself now. And this is part of being kinder to myself. I didn't know what I was doing." Magazine profiles chronicled Amy Winehouse's turbulent invasion of the United States, where she graced festivals and made television appearances that grew progressively erratic, eventually descending into disaster. Her U.S. tour was abruptly called off, officially citing exhaustion as the reason.
It seems Amy Winehouse's mighty musical comeback hasn't gone quite as planned. The troubled singer hit the stage in Serbia for the beginning of a 12-date European tour.
In October 2007, both Winehouse and Fielder Civil found themselves arrested in Norway on charges of substance possession. By December, distressing photographs surfaced of Winehouse wandering the streets of Camden clad only in a bra and jeans, her appearance alarmingly emaciated. In the ensuing month of January 2008, incriminating footage of the singer engaging in crack use surfaced in the pages of the English tabloid The Sun.
Everybody was so hard on her, and Everything that I knew about her was that she was the most lovely and nice and kind woman.
The arrest served as a catalyst for Winehouse's initial foray into rehabilitation. However, it occurred only after she had made a remote satellite performance for the Grammy Awards, as her escalating legal issues had made it impossible for her to secure a work visa in time to return to the United States for the event.
How was your performance this evening? Did you enjoy it? Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a bit...
That memorable night at the Grammys would ultimately stand as the zenith of Amy Winehouse's career, a night during which she clinched an astounding 5 awards, including the coveted Record of the Year and Song of the Year. On the televised broadcast, she notably expressed gratitude to her Blake, incarcerated, introducing her husband to the world, who was serving time in jail due to a 2006 bars altercation. While Winehouse herself faced multiple arrests, including charges related to assaulting a fan, she never found herself behind bars.
For my Blake incarcerated, and for London, this is for London, because Camden Town ain't burning down.
The world watched with a heavy heart as Amy Winehouse's life unraveled, her tragic tale growing increasingly somber with each passing month. A distressing moment came in the summer of 2008 when she collapsed, and the diagnosis of emphysema followed, serving as a stark and alarming reminder that continued smoking and drinking would irreversibly diminish her innate talents.
A lot of the stuff out is not heartfelt, you know, and I just wanted to write music that was emotional and that people would want to listen to it.
The cautionary message fell on deaf ears. Amy faced a chorus of boos at concerts worldwide, forced to exit the stage due to intoxication more often than not, canceling more shows than she managed to complete. Her career hit a low point when she abruptly left a performance in St. Lucia in early 2009, unable to recall lyrics and confessing she was simply bored. A commitment to record a song for the James Bond film Quantum of Solace fell apart, and despite her claims of quitting 2008, alcohol became her ever-present companion. Among the gloom, there were fleeting rays of light in Winehouse's journey, such as her memorable performances for Nelson Mandela's birthday and periods of sobriety, marked by creative bursts when she earnestly worked on fresh material and delivered successful concerts and TV appearances.
The incredible, the unstoppable Amy Winehouse!
Yet, she remained ensnared by her old habits, encountering further assault charges and enduring personal turmoil. In 2009, Blake initiated divorce proceedings, citing Winehouse's infidelity. While a new album had been promised for 2010, it never came to fruition, and apart from a collaboration with Tony Bennett, she never ventured back into the recording studio.
Amy Winehouse's rocky 2-year marriage is over. The singer's estranged husband, Blake Fielder Civil, was granted a so-called quickie divorce.
In the spring of 2011, Amy Winehouse sought refuge in rehab once again, re-emerging in May with a glimmer of hope to rebuild her life. Tragically, her last performance, which took place in Belgrade, Serbia in early June, was a chaotic and distressing affair. She was discovered lifeless in her squalid home on July 23rd. Later that fall, the coroner's report revealed that her demise was due to accidental substance poisoning, with her blood alcohol level registering a staggering 0.416% at the time of her passing.
We're going to turn now to a major loss in the music world tonight. The gifted singer Amy Winehouse found dead in her London home.
Many of Amy Winehouse's devoted fans, and even some skeptics, vehemently reject the entire narrative surrounding her life and death. They find it difficult to accept even the slightest fraction of the story, choosing to hold on to their own interpretations and beliefs about her life and legacy. One person wrote, "Not exactly my type of music, but her voice was amazing, and she was going somewhere with her gifted talent. It's a shame that she died so young." "Rippy Amy, your music will always be remembered," another one added. "It wasn't her fault that she died. She was kept being pressured by the paparazzi. It's just so disgusting why no one would shed any human sympathy at this legendary jazz singer of all time." One other person penned, "When I saw her Belgrade performances the month before she died, I knew she didn't have much longer to live, so her death announcement was probably the least shocking to me out of all the most recent deaths of big stars. I didn't expect her demise to come just a mere 4 weeks later, though. Still a shame." Well, nobody believed her sudden, tragic death. Her fans still believe that she was sacrificed by the Hollywood elites for their personal gains. Now, people have seen from Kanye's life that Hollywood can control people's lives and sacrifice them.
People are all seeing things that are wrong inside of contracts, turning blind eyes to it, and everyone's responsible.
According to Kanye's past revelations, people have come to the point that Jay-Z and Beyoncé are industry's biggest monsters who are ruling this industry. In a surprising revelation, Kanye West has brought up the idea that Jay-Z might be using a mysterious code hidden in numbers to send secret messages through his music. This idea links back to an old way of studying numbers called numerology and a Jewish practice called gematria, where letters are connected to numbers. By doing this, words and phrases can have hidden meanings based on their numbers. It's like a puzzle that only a few can decode.
And the energy that lies in the numbers that correspond to each letter.
This leads us to wonder if Jay-Z, known for his catchy lyrics, is actually embedding deeper messages using these methods. The interesting part is that when Jay-Z released a song called 444, it caught the attention of many celebrities, and they started talking about it in surprised and hushed tones. This makes us question if the choice of the number 444 has a special meaning or if it's just a random choice. All of this adds to the mystery surrounding Jay-Z's influence, not only in the music industry, but also in other aspects of the world.
And then what happened?
Yeah. People start calling me it.
I see.
Jay-Z's affinity for the number 4 has long been recognized, yet Kanye's recent statement suggests a much deeper implication. Throughout his career, Kanye has consistently shown an inclination for delving into themes centered around concealed truths and latent powers. This new revelation about Jay-Z potentially using intricate codes in his music aligns with Kanye's penchant for exploring the profound and hidden aspects of our world. It's as if Kanye's pursuit of understanding hidden meanings has led him to unveil a layer of intrigue beneath Jay-Z's music, and his affinity for certain numbers, propelling us into a realm where secrets and symbolism intertwine.
Yeah. Just only because of the date, it wasn't really, that's why it moved so easily.
Like that number.
Yeah.
The significance of the number 4 gains further weight when considering icons like Michael Jackson, who also embraced its influence. If the king of pop himself recognized the potential power of numerology, then it's only natural that someone like Kanye, deeply engrossed in the world of music and driven by the quest for hidden meanings, would be entranced by the allure of numbers. This notion holds a fascinating duality. The notion that influential figures, those molding cultures, trends, and societal norms, might find guidance in something as enigmatic as numerology. The paradoxical beauty lies in the possibility that behind their outward influence, there exists a hidden tapestry woven by the threads of these elusive numerical codes.
That's something that just, hit me. That was just a gut feeling. But then I read information about it afterwards, about the power of the number 7 and completion and the God number.
Kanye's captivation with the number 7 serves as a revelation, offering a fascinating glimpse into his personal realm while simultaneously inviting us to delve into the concealed dimensions of Jay-Z's existence. The influence of numbers, whether grounded in reality or perceived, exerts a considerable hold on the lives of notable individuals. This prompts us to reevaluate our notions of achievement and contemplate the imperceptible forces that might propel these figures forward. In essence, the power of numbers challenges us to reconsider the dynamics of success and the enigmatic currents that may steer it.
I knew a little bit about it. I always heard about 7s. I saw 7s. I went to Michael Jackson's archive, and he had all these jackets that said 777 on them. So
it's common knowledge that Jay-Z's Grammy wins, along with those of his wife Beyoncé, are impressive, cementing their status as major Grammy recipients. With a direct focus on Jay-Z, Kanye has expressed mounting frustration. His concerns have escalated, driven by the belief that Jay-Z's sway and network might have contributed to Kanye's own Grammy disappointments.
There's people I know that tweeted or were texting each other like, he's giving codes away,
According to Kanye, Beyoncé and Jay-Z have also shown significant interest in the occult and have been linked to human sacrifices in the past. Kanye West's close bond with them was once considered among Hollywood's strongest connections. Their friendship seemed genuine, leading us to believe it would last indefinitely. However, this perception was shattered. Kanye's words were direct. He asserted that not only his mother but also others had been sacrificed. And yet a veil of silence shrouds this alleged dark group. Those who resist control reportedly experience trauma or disappear. Known for his candid expressions, Kanye remains unafraid to voice his thoughts, whether they pertain to anti-Semitism or uncovering instances of human sacrifices.
A lot of that, in order to control, traumatize, they want to monetize and traumatize. This truth is going to be heard.
In addition, Kanye asserted his immunity to control by Hollywood's higher-ups due to his lack of involvement in any harmful acts. However, he proceeded to outline a roster of individuals who could be influenced, prompting us to infer that he might be alluding to those associated with the Illuminati and who have a history of causing harm to innocent lives. That's exactly what Kanye said. They can't control me. They can control Shaq and Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Beyonce and Jay-Z. Ain't no name I won't say. It's up. To put it simply, Kanye believes that Hollywood has control over certain individuals, and these people fear that their loved ones might be sacrificed by the industry. He even mentioned his own mother's passing in 2007, suggesting she was sacrificed, similar to the late father of Michael Jordan and the deceased sons of Bill Cosby and Dr. Dre.
Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing.
According to Kanye, the motive behind Hollywood's actions is all about control. He believes that the industry's elites not only manipulate people, but also subject them to mental torture.
In order to control, traumatize, they want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand?
And if you see Amy's past history, Beyonce and she had some relations. When Amy died, Jay-Z shared that he and Beyonce made an effort to help Amy Winehouse before her heartbreaking passing in 2011. Their initial encounter with the troubled singer took place at a New York pub called The Spotted Pig in 2007. Jay-Z revealed that he earnestly urged her to consider staying with him and his renowned spouse, hoping to provide support and assistance.
But it wasn't in vain.
During the Title Rap Radar podcast, he said, "I looked at her and I was like, stay with us. She was telling us she was writing the songs to our face. They're trying to make me go to rehab. I'm not going." Like what? He continued. You have to go. So Amy's interaction with Jay-Z and Beyonce raises questions about the tragic and tumultuous trajectory of her musical career, as some speculate that she may have been manipulated and exploited for the benefit of the elite. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.